Hey, ladies. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Okay. So, I am coming back. Not back, but I'm on my way home from seeing the endocrinologist. So, not my reproductive endocrinologist, but an endocrinologist. So, an endocrinologist is someone you typically see if you have thyroid issues, diabetes, kidney issues, things like that. So, I like him. He's a bit animated, but I like him. He's suggesting something that I do every morning, and it is 1 cup of warm water, a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric, a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, and a 1/2 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, and a dash of black pepper. He said I should drink that every single morning. Okay. Why? That's supposed to help get everything moving in my body, clears constipation, lowers the blood sugar, all that great stuff. Also, I'm supposed to take a 1/2 gallon of water and a bunch of chia seed, put it in there, shake it, let it blow up, and drink that all day. That's supposed to keep me from feeling hungry, which I don't feel hungry all day. I don't think he was listening. And also he said almonds or walnuts, if I'm going to snack, like a handful of almonds or walnuts, which I do anyway. So that is basically what he was telling me to do. Also, he was saying for pregnancy, he would prefer to see my TSH under 2. Again, you know, it was against what I saw in my research, but I mean, he's the new doc, right? So that's why I wanted to go to him to see and to make sure everything was at like safe levels. He also said that I should be walking every day, and he suggested between the hours of 2 p.m. and 12 that I should only eat chicken, vegetables, and fish. No red meat. So, that'll be interesting. Chicken, vegetables, and fish. She noticed there were no grains in there. So, he did also say, well, you know, you need to lose weight. I'm sorry, but you do. So, yes, I know this. It's just, I don't know. My weight is kind of jumped up. I'm not quite sure. I mean, it is what it is. Well, I think I was like 256 on his scale this morning. That's with my jeans, no shoes. So it is what it is. I've been lower. I didn't get into that conversation with him. Didn't really care to. But you know, of course, weight is always in the forefront, and I just missed my turn. Weight is always in the forefront, so you know, kind of just is what it is. But yeah. So let's see where the next major light is. So yeah, so that was good. I like his sort of naturalist approach. He did try to get me some sort of injectable medicine, but I asked if it was safe for pregnancy. He looked it up. He said there was no information on pregnancy, so he didn't have me walk out of there with that. He did write up some blood work that he wanted me to repeat. So to repeat my TSH, some additional items, another metabolic panel, and all of that great stuff. Vitamin D. He was supposed to give me a script for the vitamin D, but he didn't give me a script for the vitamin D. He said I should take 2,000 to 4,000 IUs as a supplement. In the winter, I could come down on the supplement. I guess he forgot the script, but he gave me an order for blood work. I'm supposed to see him in like 6 to 8 weeks. The instructions are to get the blood work done about 2 weeks before coming in to him. So I'm going to have to put that on my calendar because otherwise I'm going to forget. Also, he wants me to get an ultrasound of my thyroid. So I am going to try to do that. I want to try to do that before my transfer. So I'm going to try to get that scheduled for this week if I can. I got so much going on this week. I'm trying to think what else. I think that's all for my instructions as far as what I need to do before I see him again. And then he was just like, oh, you came to me too late. I did ask him about iodine. He said the iodine was more important when you get pregnant. But he said, if you came to me sooner, I would have tried to fix it. And I'm just like, well, I don't know if I have an iodine problem. I'm just asking you about it. So he just, oh, you can get iodine, through vegetables. And he was very good about, don't drink juices, juice your own fruit because of the pesticides. He was also saying, not to use the plug-in scents because that can cause cancer for the baby, especially in your first trimester. So just try to keep everything as natural as possible, no pesticides and things like that. So don't let anybody put any pesticides around the house and all of that. So it's kind of adamant there. And I guess I have to unplug my little Febreze things. I guess. Yeah. So actually, let's see here. So this turn. Let's see if I can't get back on track. But yeah. So I think it was a good visit. He didn't really tell me anything about what I have going on right now that I didn't expect. You kind of expect every new doctor to tell you to lose weight when you're overweight. So that just is what it is. But I like his naturalist approach. So I like him. It was a good decision for me to make the appointment to go. And he gave me some ideas of how I can, sort of make things a little better. And that was that. I didn't get a chance to, in all that he was kind of talking to me, and I was trying to mention certain things, and it just, I don't know, partially seemed like maybe he wasn't listening. But he did kind of run through my blood work. Oh, he did say, because I have the MTHFR, he had given me a picture of a supplement with the methylated folate, and I said, oh yeah, I did. I switched my prenatal to one with methylated folate, and then I also told him about the methylated B12, and he said, yes, good, exactly, that's what you should be doing. So but I got another doctor's opinion regarding folic acid versus folate. So his take on it was to take the methylated folate. So I'm doing something right. I'm doing something right there. Yeah. So that's pretty much that. I guess for an initial consultation, I just mainly got some things that I can try between now and the next few weeks. And we'll see how it goes, right? We'll see how it goes. I guess I could do warm water in the morning. I do drink water in the morning. It's not warm, but it's nothing for me to put a little tea kettle on to drink the warm water. So we'll get that going. And I don't how low my blood pressure was. She took it with like a wrist monitor. I didn't even look to see what it was because she was holding conversation with me, so I was distracted. But yeah, so that was today's visit. I have another appointment tomorrow. Well, I have acupuncture later on tonight, but that's nothing new. Tomorrow I have an appointment with my counselor. She's not listed as like a psychologist. Pardon me, she's not really a psychiatrist. But I mentioned in a previous video that I had seen her previously after my one sister was killed in 2010. I had not really seen her in some years, and so I have my appointment that's tomorrow afternoon. So I guess I will check in and let you know how that goes. And if I'm not too puffy-eyed from crying, because I'm quite sure I'll get there as I sort of catch her up on what's been going on with me for the past few years. So yeah. Oh, I did also mention, because he said, oh, you've got, what he said people with, MTHFR, can often develop blood clots in the placenta, if I'm remembering that correctly. And he was saying maybe you should be on like a baby aspirin or something like that. And I said, well, I am on a baby aspirin right now. And then I also mentioned that my protocol for this FET also was including Lovenox, the blood thinner, and his eyes lit up, was like, yes. And so yeah. So he's kind of animated, but I like him. I got a good vibe from him, and you know, he answered questions, and he was kind of sort of open to what I was doing. He basically said I was coming too late. I made the appointment 3 weeks ago. This was the earliest I could get in. I mean, maybe I should have reached out, but it's not like somebody referred me or told me that I should see an endocrinologist. So, you know, I don't know. Anyway, hopefully by the time I see him, I'll be preggers, and we'll be talking about keeping everything, you know, in order for pregnancy, because he said I was, you know, on the metformin as far as the insulin resistance. He looked at my blood work. My insulin was good. Thyroid levels, testosterone was good. Everything was good. He, again, prefers the TSH to be under 2, not 2.5. But he didn't prescribe me something to get my TSH lowered. He was basically saying, walk around every day, because I told him I work from home. So he's like, well, you gotta walk every day, and exercise will bring the TSH down, is what he said. So I'm gonna try my best to, you know, drink the warm water with the turmeric and all of that great stuff, in order to get that. I think what I might have to do is maybe like prep the powders, so that I'm not like scooping all the time. I'll find some time to prep the powders. But yeah, so basically that was it. And I've got the other appointment tomorrow with the counselor, and then Thursday, I don't think I have another appointment on Thursday, but Friday I see my RE again for my next and last lining check. So you know, I'm working on the weight. It just doesn't move when I'm, you know, in the middle of a cycle. It just doesn't move. But As far as like getting my bowels moving and everything, I definitely could use a little bit of help there, and I think, you know, that'll help kind of get my weight moving and everything too. So I'm feeling good about that. I've not eaten at all yet. This morning is almost 11 o'clock, which also means I have not taken my doxycycline yet, and I need to do that as well as all my other supplements for the day. So I'm gonna get home, find me something for breakfast, and get that stuff going. And that's pretty much it. So I think this video is longer than it needs to be. I'm almost home. So I will catch you ladies later. I'm sorry, it seems like it's incredibly dark. I guess I'm just facing the sun. But I will sign out now. Sticky baby dust to all those TTC.